Truffle is a mushroom. It is a type of non-toxic fungus in the fungi group or organisms that are neither plants nor animals. Truffle has a strong taste and a distinctive smell. It is an ingredient in many menus, especially French and Italian cuisine, which were the first countries to be crazy about this type of fungus, until its popularity spread to every corner of the world later. This made truffle a premium ingredient and highly respected in the food world. Along with being called the diamond of the kitchen, it became the most expensive mushroom in the world and more expensive than gold. Truffle cannot grow without relying on large trees. This type of mushroom looks like a bulbous plant underground. It looks like ginger, has warts and a rough, bumpy surface. It grows in a circle underground about 5 to 40 centimeters deep, not far from the roots of oak and elm trees, 1.2 to 1.5 meters radius, because it has a symbiotic relationship with large trees whose roots spread around its origin. Tree roots and fungi can share food with each other. The trees receive water and minerals from the fungi, while the fungi receive nutrients such as starch, sugar, protein, and vitamins from the tree's root system. This is a symbiotic relationship called mycorrhiza. As for the method of finding truffles for cooking, since they are hidden underground and none of them appear above ground to show their location, digging for them requires pigs to sniff the ground because pigs have a good sense of smell and are very sensitive to the smell of truffles. Plus, the smell of this type of mushroom is similar to the hormones of male pigs. Therefore, female pigs are often used as truffle hunters. However, the problem is that pigs will eat mushrooms with relish as soon as they find them. Therefore, dogs are trained to replace them by accustoming puppies to the smell of truffles from a young age. Then, they are trained to follow the smell in mushroom-growing areas. This will result in truffle hunters with sensitive noses who will not eat truffles themselves before humans. There are ancient documents that mention truffles in the Sumerian food culture around 1600 BC, as well as in Greek-Roman and Italian civilizations in the 14th century during the Renaissance. Before it became popular in France around the end of the 18th century, when French chefs tried to reduce the use of spices from the East because they were too strong and pungent. In the early days, the popularity of truffle consumption in Italy and France was still mainly among the upper class because it was a rare product with a very high price. The way to eat it is not complicated. Eat it fresh by slicing it thinly and inserting it into steak, some marinate it with goose liver and insert it into stuffed entrails, or sprinkle truffle powder on salad, pasta, or mix it with cheese. Because of its unique origin and complicated harvesting method, not all dogs can be trained to find truffles easily. Truffles are very expensive. The two species of European truffles, the black truffle, Tuber melanosporum, are priced at $3,500 per kilogram, about 120,000 baht, and the more famous white truffle, Tuber magnatum, are almost twice as expensive as black truffles. Since this species can only be found in Alba, Piedmont in northern Italy, and has a stronger taste and smell than black truffles, in addition to the above species, there is also a desert truffle found in the Middle East, which has long been used in cooking by the Bedouins. At one time, truffles were a rare wild plant found only in certain areas. Many people believed that this type of mushroom could not be cultivated or produced by themselves, and that it was necessary to rely on luck to find it. But the truth is that truffle cultivation has been successful since the early 19th century. Someone experimented by collecting nuts from oak trees that had previously contained truffles and planting them. Many years later, truffles began to grow around those oak trees. Truffle farms therefore emerged in areas outside of Italy and France using the above cultivation methods before spreading to other parts of the world. However, truffles from Europe are still recognized as having the best taste and smell, especially white truffles from the Piedmont region of Italy. However, The world's largest producer and exporter of truffles is currently China, which can produce a large amount of truffles for export to the world market, causing the truffle trade market to change from the past. From a rare, local, and high-value product, it has become a part of the raw materials in many types of food industries. As can be seen, there are more and more products or foods that contain truffles. There are 3 types of Chinese truffles as follows. 1. Tuber sinensis. It looks like black truffles, but is much cheaper than European truffles because it is produced in large quantities. The quality of taste and smell is not as good as European truffles, but it is exported to the West by adding black truffle extract to increase its value. 2. Tuber himalayensis. It is so similar to black truffles that it is almost indistinguishable. It is tuber sinensis that both the smell and taste are improved, but it is produced in very small quantities. 3. Tuber ramiatis. It is similar to Italian white truffles, but the smell and taste are different. Thai truffles. In 2014, researchers from Chiang Mai University discovered truffles in Doi Suthep Pui National Park, Chiang Mai Province. They named it Tuber thailandicum, and it has the same flavor as the white truffle found in Italy. The research team had been allowed to work in the national park to study mushrooms for several years before Dr. Nakaran Sawanerat, one of the team members, accidentally found a truffle near the landslide area. It was sent abroad for DNA testing, and the results confirmed that it was definitely a truffle. Dr. Nakaran Sawanerat said that Thai truffles do not grow near oak trees like Western truffles, but are found near birch trees or Kamlang Suya crow trees. The team also kept samples of the mushrooms in the lab to improve the strains for commercial use in the future. It will take some time for truffles to become a local ingredient in Thailand. Later, Thai truffles were given a name by Her Royal Highness Princess Maha Chakri Saranhorn, at that time, in March 2017, and were called Thepsicon white truffle mushrooms.